Hey there, fellow fish keepers. Today's topic is about maintenance tools. So whether you're freshwater or saltwater, this is an important topic for you. Keeping a healthy aquarium isn't just about feeding on a regular schedule, it's about keeping that environment safe, happy, and healthy for your fish too. And a lot of that has to do with the proper tools. Let's check them out.
In this video, we're going to cover the essential tools every aquarist needs from beginners to experts. We'll also dive into the three most critical aspects of aquarium care: mechanical, biological, and chemical filtration. These are the key to ensuring your water stays clean, clear, and toxin-free. Stick with us, and by the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to keep your tank looking pristine and your fish happy. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you don't miss out on any of our future tips and tutorials. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the basic tools you'll need to maintain both freshwater and saltwater tanks. These are the tools that every fish keeper should have on hand, no matter the size or type of aquarium.
Let's start with the gravel vac. This is a must-have tool for cleaning the bottom of your fish tank. Whether your substrate is gravel, sand, or any other substrate, this will help you clean out plant debris, fish waste, and other things that have settled at the bottom of your fish tank. Without regular cleaning, this debris can break down into harmful substances in your water.
Now, when you use a gravel vacuum, you'll want to go slow. Vacuuming small sections of your tank at a time helps you avoid disturbing the beneficial bacteria living in your substrate. These bacteria are critical for biological filtration, which we'll discuss more later. Pro tip: if you have a larger tank, you may want to invest in a battery-powered or electric gravel vac to make the job quicker and easier. Manual vacuums are perfect for smaller tanks or more precise cleaning.
Next on the list is an algae scraper. Algae is just a fact of life when it comes to aquariums, and it is going to build up on the sides of the walls and on your glass and everything else. So what you're going to need is something to help scrape that off.
This is where algae scrapers come in. There are two main types: magnetic scrapers, which let you clean the glass without getting your hands wet, and handheld scrapers, which are great for reaching those stubborn spots that the magnet just can't handle and getting those details that you can't get with a magnetic scraper. Pro tip: if you have an acrylic tank, make sure you're using an acrylic-safe scraper. Regular scrapers can scratch the surface, and those scratches will be visible every time you look at your tank. Trust me, you don't want to do that.
Next up, we've got our water testing kits. Understanding our water chemistry is vital for keeping our fish happy and healthy. So, keeping an eye on pH, ammonia, nitrite, and all the other things that these test kits can handle is super important on a regular basis.
For both freshwater and saltwater tanks, you should regularly test your key parameters like ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, and pH levels. In saltwater tanks, you'll also want to test for salinity, alkalinity, calcium, and other elements that are important for maintaining a stable marine environment. Pro tip: keeping a log of your test results can be extremely helpful, especially if you're starting to notice trends or reoccurring issues. This way, you can track your tank's health over time and adjust your maintenance schedule accordingly.
Now that we've discussed the tools, let's talk about some of the gadgets that are going to help filtrate your aquarium. Specifically, our filtration units like the hang on the back or our canister filters. These units, hang on the back filters like this, work pretty easily. They pull water from inside of your aquarium, run them through all of the filter media that we're going to talk about here in a second, and then put that water back into your aquarium for your fish to enjoy.
First up is mechanical filtration, which is the most straightforward form of filtration. This process physically removes debris from the water like uneaten food, fish waste, and plant matter. Mechanical filtration works by using filter pads, sponges, or floss that trap solid particles as the water passes through. These pads can get clogged over time, so it's important to clean or replace them regularly. A clogged filter won't be able to do its job and could even slow down water flow, affecting your overall tank health. Pro tip: when cleaning your mechanical filter, use water from the tank instead of tap water. Tap water can contain chlorine that will kill off the beneficial bacteria we'll talk about in this next section. Biological filtration. Now, biological filtration is where things get really interesting. This type of filtration involves the use of beneficial bacteria to break down harmful chemicals in the water. These bacteria convert toxic ammonia, produced by fish waste and decaying matter, into less harmful nitrite, and then into even less toxic nitrate. Biological filtration happens in filter media like ceramic rings, bioballs, or sponge filters. These materials provide a large surface area where the bacteria can grow and do their work. Maintaining a healthy population of these bacteria is crucial for keeping your tank's water safe. Pro tip: when cleaning your filter media, always use tank water. As mentioned earlier, you don't want to kill off the beneficial bacteria by exposing them to chlorine. Chemical filtration. Last but not least is chemical filtration. This form of filtration removes dissolved substances from your water that mechanical and biological filtration just can't handle. The most common forms of chemical filtration is activated carbon, which absorbs impurities, discoloration, and even odors. In saltwater tanks, you might also use phosphate removers or other specialty media to control algae growth or remove toxins. Chemical filtration is like the final polishing step in keeping your water crystal clear. Pro tip: replace your activated carbon every 4 to 6 weeks to ensure it's still effective. Over time, it loses its ability to absorb impurities, so regular replacement is key.
Now let's talk about some freshwater specific tools. These tools will help you maintain your aquarium to keep it looking nice, pristine, and natural.
If you're using tap water in your freshwater aquarium, a dechlorinator is absolutely essential. Tap water typically contains chlorine or chloramine, which both of these can be harmful to your fish. A good dechlorinator neutralizes these chemicals, making your water safe. Whenever you're doing a water change, don't forget to add the dechlorinator before putting the water into the tank. It's a simple step, but one that can save you from potential disasters. In freshwater tanks, air pumps and air stones are great for increasing oxygenation and improving water circulation. The bubbles created by air stones help with gas exchange at the surface, which is crucial for your fish's health. Even if your filter is already circulating water, adding an air pump gives your fish an extra boost of oxygen, especially in larger tanks or tanks that are heavily stocked. For those of you with planted freshwater tanks, specialized aquarium plant tools like scissors and tweezers are a must-have. These tools make it easy to trim plants, remove dead leaves, and plant new species without disrupting your aquascape.
If you have a saltwater aquarium, your maintenance is a little bit different and there are some specialized tools you're going to need, so let's cover those.
A protein skimmer is vital in saltwater tanks, especially in reef setups. It removes organic waste from the water before it has a chance to break down into harmful compounds like ammonia and nitrates. In a saltwater tank, salinity is one of the most important parameters to keep in check. A hydrometer or refractometer allows you to measure the salinity levels in your water to ensure they stay within the optimal range for your fish and coral. And of course, for water changes in a saltwater tank, you'll need a marine salt mix. It's essential to use a high-quality salt mix that mimics the natural ocean environment. Make sure to fully dissolve the salt before adding it to your fish tank.
Whether you have a freshwater or saltwater aquarium, an aquarium net is essential for skimming off uneaten food, catching fish, or even just sifting the water for debris. So make sure you get some sort of standard net and a fine mesh net for those specific needs.
When it comes to water changes, you'll need buckets and siphons. Make sure to dedicate specific buckets for aquarium use only, so you don't accidentally introduce harmful chemicals from household cleaners into your fish tank. For those looking to take their tank maintenance to the next level, consider adding a UV sterilizer. It's great for controlling algae, bacteria, and parasites in both freshwater and saltwater tanks. A UV sterilizer works by exposing water to ultraviolet light, neutralizing harmful microorganisms that can cloud your water or cause issues with fish health. This is especially useful if you've had problems with green water or persistent algae blooms. Just remember that while a UV sterilizer can help control certain issues, it won't replace the need for regular water changes and filtration. Pro tip: make sure to regularly clean the UV bulb or sleeve, as any buildup will reduce the effectiveness of the UV sterilizer. And never ever ever run the UV sterilizer dry. Once water goes through it, it could shatter your bulb from the change in temperature. If you're someone who travels a lot or prefers a more hands-off approach to feeding, an automatic fish feeder is an excellent tool to consider. This device dispenses food at set intervals, ensuring your fish get fed even when you're not around. Pro tip: before using an automatic feeder during an extended absence, test it for a few days to ensure it's dispensing the right amount of food and not causing any issues in your tank. The worst thing is coming back from a vacation and seeing that your auto feeder went rogue and ruined your fish tank while you were gone.
So before we wrap things up, let's talk about some general tips when considering saltwater or freshwater. Because no matter how low-tech or high-tech your equipment is, consistency is key. Making sure that you have a regular maintenance schedule is going to be what's more important than how fancy your gadgets are.
One of the most important things you can do for your tank is regular water changes. For most tanks, doing a 10 to 20% water change every week is ideal, but this can vary depending on your stocking levels and water parameters. Always match the temperature, and for saltwater tanks, the salinity of the new water that's about to enter the tank to avoid shocking your fish. Water changes help remove excess nutrients like nitrates and phosphates that can lead to algae blooms and poor water quality. They also replenish trace elements that are essential for fish health and plant health. Pro tip: If you have a heavily planted tank or a reef tank with sensitive corals, you might want to adjust your water change schedule or the type of water you use. For instance, many reef keepers prefer to use reverse osmosis water, or RO water, to avoid adding unwanted contaminants like phosphates and silicates. Your filter is the lifeblood of your tank's filtration system, so keeping it in top shape is crucial. Regularly check your filter media and replace it or clean it as needed. As we covered earlier, mechanical filters will need the most frequent cleaning, but biological and chemical filters also require attention. Pro tip: if you have a multi-stage filter, never change all of the media at once. This can disrupt the biological balance in your tank and cause a mini cycle where ammonia and nitrite levels spike. Instead, stagger the replacement of different filter components over time. Also, don't forget to simply observe your fish. Watching your fish on a regular basis can alert you to potential issues before they become a problem. Fish swimming in erratic behavior or having clamped fins can indicate poor water quality, and you can get ahead of that by doing a water change before it starts becoming health issues. Pro tip: it's a good habit to do a quick check on your tank every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. This way, you can catch any potential problems early, whether it's equipment failure or a fish showing signs of illness. And there you have it, all of the essential tools you need to help keep a thriving aquarium, from mechanical filtration that removes debris, to biological filtration that removes toxins, or chemical filtration that can actually polish your water. Every tool we discussed today is something that is crucial for keeping a thriving environment for your aquarium. Remember, keeping your tank healthy doesn't have to be overwhelming. With the right tools and consistent maintenance routine, you'll be able to enjoy a beautiful, thriving aquarium for years to come. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you have any suggestions for future topics or questions about the material today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification if you want to stay up to date on everything aquarium related. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy fish keeping.